This collaboration between these two artists has a decent amount of potential. I would be pretty hype if this had been announced, like a month ago, and hearing about this would have made me think, oh shit, I think this could be great. I would have anticipated it most likely, but getting it just out of nowhere was pretty cool as well. But then when you actually dig into the product that we were given from these very talented artists, Kenny Beats is very talented. He's a great producer. He's definitely got a lot of potential. Even if I don't think he's quite reaching it just yet with a lot of the collaborations he's given us so far, he definitely has something in him. Denzel Curry has a lot of energy. He rides most of his beats pretty damn excellently, and yet digging into this album just left me kind of like, this has just been a really unsatisfying listen, and I've listened to it like 4, 5 times maybe at this point, and each time the glaring issues just become more obvious when I catch really bad lines from Denzel that just really prove at this point that this guy freestyling all of his songs is not a very good idea. Like, do his fans really want this? Is this just not a sign of laziness to anyone? Is this not just an easy cop-out? Just freestyling every song? Because you can blow out a lot of projects in a quick amount of time if you just freestyle all your verses. It's a pretty easy way to get your name out there. It's not been that long since Zoo, so of course this seems like the way forward for Denzel. People probably think I'm going to be exaggerating, but I don't really care, man. I'm not exaggerating at all. The fact that this guy came out with a line like, this bar was about to do some Logic shit, and it's surrounded by so many lyrics that are honestly Logic level lyricism at this point. Like, I can't really find my way, anything in me to defend him. I feel like I'm kind of just riding on David Rowe's video because his video was just so good and just straight to the point of what Denzel's issue is, but it really is just a simile issue. And again, David really just brought it home with his analysis of Denzel Curry, with the way that so many of his lines are similes. Like, I just didn't realize this, but they really bloody are. I think I'm going to link his video because I'm probably going to end up saying a few similar things to him, which is something I never like to do going into a review. But because of the way his video was titled, I didn't realize it was actually going to be talking about the new album. But anyway, regardless of all that, in his video he's saying, similes are great. Like, when you use a really effective simile, it can just heighten anything. Just a story, a piece of writing, a song, lyrics in a song. It can really work extremely well, but Denzel just does not have a knack for it, and it's because he's just off the top of his head thinking, hey, this sounds like this, or this is like this, or Russia is as cold as ice, or things like that are just so basic and similar to other things he's saying throughout most of the other tracks. Like, it's just really not impressive to listen to. But he really just spends so much of the time just saying something is like something. It's so boring. Honestly, reading into his lyrics, it's so monotonous and boring. He could even at least switch it up and say something is as something as something. At least that it's still a simile, but you changed up your wording. But it's just the way he just writes now. Well, no, he doesn't write. I mean, he says it one of the tracks, I don't write songs, I just write checks. Look, mate, we know. One of the most offensive ones has got to be the Rosa Parks and civil rights line that he drops. Not offensive, I'm not offended, I'm not like, ugh, 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 but it's just the way he just throws it in. I hate it when rappers do that, but it's even worse knowing Denzel does it, because obviously he's not writing his songs, so it's like he just threw it out there for no reason, and it's like there's no tie into anything. It's just like, yeah, Rosa Parks, you all know her, she was important, let's just name drop her for no reason. And talking about the actual beats on this thing though, man, what are people hearing? People calling these tracks bangers, really hard hitting. This is some of Kenny's weakest and limpest production to date. I can't remember any beats from this. All I can think about when I think about this album are Denzel's bars. That's all I think of, but he's not even riding these beats in a particularly interesting way either. We've heard him do this better in the past. I mean, Zoo was straight up banger after banger. The lyrics weren't good, just like they aren't good here. But you know, at least the tracks sounded like they had bite to them. I just feel like Kenny's not adding anything. It's really weird how he feels underused on his own projects. This is a collaboration project under both their names. And yeah, Kenny just seems to be in the background. And the funniest part to me is that whenever there's a collaboration project, I may have done this in the past, I may have been a victim of this, but I no longer like this mentality. But we just have to reference Madlib and MF Doom. Like, this is not on that level. Like, it just isn't anywhere near. I mean, the production is nowhere near as impressive. Again, the lyrics, I've talked about them so much, but like, why do we have to reference Mad Villain, Mad Villain every goddamn time two well-known names in the game collaborate? Like, this just doesn't feel anything like that at all here. This to me sounds way more like a rapper who's running out of ideas at this point. He really needs to start honing in his craft, because it's not like he's sounding that impressive either. Like, it doesn't hit hard to my ears. This just kind of goes by, and I don't remember barely anything once it's over. Which it should be way more snappy than it is. This is 17 minutes, and that's how I feel by the end of it. That's not a good look. Both of these artists have much, much, much more to offer than this. This is not the best we could ever get from either of them, and especially not both of them together. Like, this is nowhere near the level it should be, honestly. So yeah, it's a pretty whatever release to me. I don't hate it or anything, but yeah, 5 out of 10. I really do want to know what people are loving about it, so I need people in the comments telling me what it is. If you say it hits hard or it bangs, then I'm probably just going to go, okay, fine. It doesn't do that for me, but I can't really argue that. Sometimes music just hits like that. That Wiki album from last year really hit like that for me, and it didn't really hit like that for many other people, but it really did for me. But if you defend Denzel's lyrics, I'm switching off straight away. Like, there's no way I'm going to listen to you try and defend these bars, because these are some of his worst. And even just for general standards I have for bars, I don't need you to be an amazing lyricist, you know, a Milo level poet behind the mic. I don't, but I need better than this. Like, this just is really hard to defend. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this review and my thoughts here. I did just hit 2K. So thank you for everyone that's been sticking around and subscribing and watching me for as long as they have. It's amazing. Thank you so much. But I do think after this review, I'm going to drop below 2K. But try reasoning with me. Try hearing me out. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. Subscribe.